Well, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little bit about the activities of the Sailor Society and maybe some of your concerns?
Yeah, of course. We are an international maritime charity established in 1818. We work throughout the world to support merchant seafarers' families, former seafarers, retired seafarers. We operate through a multi-denominational network of port chaplains who support seafarers of all religions, all nationalities, all ethnic backgrounds.
So a great British tradition in some ways, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
based out of global British shipping, I think.
we originated in the Port of London, so we've expanded kind of dramatically. We operate in almost 100 ports now across the world. Our ship visitors, our port chaplains, go on board ships in port. They have a routine of ship visiting, taking practical items, so telephone cards, news downloaded from the internet, port directories, local maps. And they also provide any emotional and spiritual support needed.
Okay.
So if someone requests some help.
You probably, as an organization, have a better perspective on the condition of seafarers, both their psyche and their sort of physical condition, than almost anybody, I would imagine. What do you think, just in general? Are seafarers struggling?
I think the key thing for all seafarers, all of them, every seafarer that our port chaplain speaks to, is communication. So 84% of seafarers still do not have access to telephones or the internet on board ship.
Of course, yeah.
And so they're on sea for maybe 4, 6, 9 months, 12 months at a time.
Sure.
Maybe in port for only 4 to 6 hours in some cases. So I think the key struggle for seafarers is to maintain communication with their families, and that's one of the key things that we ensure that they're able to do, try and help them in that.
It sounds, I guess, being land-based, it sounds like such a natural thing. It's easy to get access to internet and everything like this. It's very, very difficult on shipboard. What do ship owners need to do in order to ensure that this can happen?
I mean, a lot of ship owners already have installed Wi-Fi, internet access on board their ships, and that's getting more and more and more common. A lot of good ship owners do allow seafarers access to emails every day, but it's not the case for all ships. And I know a lot of ship owners are, for their new builds, installing that. So I think it is improving, but it's a key thing. I know many ships now come equipped with DVD rooms and gyms and swimming pools. So it's just about levelling the standard of facilities that's available to make it a bit more equal, or
Or at least
raising it up.
Raising it up, exactly. Doris Ho was speaking about the possibility of having Wi-Fi in every port and what she called the fourth level of a cloud of information that would go from port to port and sort of be transnational, so that seafarers would always be able to tap into it. Is this something that you guys have thought about?
We have, I know there's a number of ports. I know Singapore has free Wi-Fi in the ports, and we do work closely with the port authorities. And we have some supporters that are law firms that have said that they would like to use our resources to find a list where the ports haven't got Wi-Fi, and then they'd like to petition them on behalf of their law firm to kind of try and improve the access. So it's something that we are aware of, and we do work closely with the port authorities, but it's just there's a lot of complex details in terms
being
of
able to
costs.
do it, technical details, legal details, things like that,
Absolutely.
telecom. Do you guys have a perception into the state of mind of seafarers when they have to face piracy danger?
Yeah, we speak to a lot of seafarers that are obviously concerned, isolated. So I think the threat of piracy is an issue that is often not spoken about as much. The kind of threat of that danger and the impact that has on someone's well-being. If they know that maybe in 6 months' time their voyage will go through areas that have there's possibility of piracy attacks, then they're carrying with them that fear for the whole journey. And we do support seafarers. I mean, mostly it's emotional support, so just trying to speak with them, kind of put their minds at ease as much as we can. I mean, it's a horrible thing.
And what's your background? Have you always been in this, or have you ever had a maritime career, strictly maritime career?
No, a lot of our port chaplains are former seafarers, former merchant seafarers or Royal Navy. But myself, my family are seafarers. So my grandfather was a submariner. He was 6'5", so he was quite a tall submariner. And my mother's side were seafarers, but no, not myself. I mean, it's a fascinating subject, and the more I speak to people in the industry and the more I work with the seafarers, just the more interesting and complex the whole industry is. So I'm enjoying it.
Thank you so much. Very nice. Thank you.